What's your favorite scary movie? Is the question today. With Halloween a few days away, I thought I'd do a little questionnaire thing. What is your favorite scary movie? Go down to the comments and tell me. And also do a tiny sentence on why. Like a fucking teacher. Anyway, I'm going to tell you a story of the time we got pulled over for pretty much nothing. Anyway, this was before I even went to high school. This was way before I went to high school. Anyway, we're coming back from a little shopping spree, shopping. New clothes, school supplies, and luckily I had a new game. Well, kind of new. It was, the alien one. I'll find out later. Overwatch! Yeah, it was Overwatch. Anyway, like I said, I got the game. We're coming back. Next thing I know, there's cops following us. We live from a few towns away from the nearest store that provides all that shit, so we had to go a long way. Actually, just like an hour or two. A cop comes and tries to stop us. Anyway, he stops us. We don't know why. My dad has a kind of an idea, anyway. He stops us, asks you all the questions, have we been drinking or anything like that. Have they been drinking or anything like that? He didn't ask us those questions, or I was like, this was before I went to high school, so I don't know, 13 or 14 maybe? I was a good kid. Anyway, you're transporting a friend too, and he was smoking a bit actually. The cops saw this, you can't smoke in here with kids, right? And my dad was like, oh shit, sorry, we didn't even know. Can you ask that out, man? Alright, he did. The cop told us to get out the vehicle. All of us. Now, this was a car, we bought it, a few months ago, maybe a year ago. And the cops gets pissy at us, saying how they've been reporting driving drunk and dangerously and all that shit. Anyway. So it was saying, the cop got pissy at us. Then, he impounded the car. After seeing all the shit. Everything was right, but he still impounded our car. Now, the thing don't know about my parents, native. I should call this racial. Yeah, I think. Okay. My dad is native, so he fucking just told him off, saying he was drunk and all that shit. So he was about to impound the car and just, I don't know, leave us there or send us to a station or some shit like that. Luckily, I mean, my stepmother, she had to get us a ride home, me and my little brother. We were young, they didn't want to see that shit. Anyway, so we go out, so she tried to get him to allow us to leave. He did not allow it. What was lucky was, she had a fucking, smart of her, also pissed me off, but she had a fucking fake cry to get us out of that situation. She nearly fucking cried. And you know what? Nothing else was wrong except my dad's friend smoking. And they still impounded our car and still charged us I don't know how much money anymore. Anyway, then after my stepmom had been crying for a few minutes, he pledged out and allowed her to call our grandmother. She came up and picked us up. Once we were in a van, I was so fucking pissed at this cop. What the fuck? We did nothing wrong. How the fuck? Why did you even come for us? Apparently, I learned this afterwards. Someone told him we were doing bad stuff, like I said. So I was pissed. I was pissed, who the fuck did it? I wanted to know who, so I can go over there and give him shit, or her. Also, if it's a he, maybe beat the shit out of him. I was young, so I thought I could take on the world. Anyway, like I was saying before that, I was venting so much. When I got home, I screamed, fuck that cop. I screamed that. I was thinking about I wanted to do that motherfucker. Well, luckily, he let our parents come home. This car is still not here. I would show you, but she was on vacation. Well, anyway, our car is not here. It's still fucking impounded. We don't have it anymore. We only have one car, and that's being repaired right now. And that's for me. Alright, that's one story. Here, since I'm on this, since it was raciality, because apparently it was also some, I think it was a bit of racism, because he was just really suspicious of drugs and shit. Anyway, so then then there was some other situation. I wasn't here for these two. My parents got kicked out of two stores. Home Hardware, and I forget the other one. Anyway, they got kicked out, because they thought they were stealing. Like, okay, my dad works on reserve and some shit. He drives a reserve work truck when he needs to go someplace. Anyway, he drives in to get some supplies. They were suspicious of him, apparently, from fucking start. They kept following him, all that shit. Apparently, then they, when he left, they called the cops. Next thing you know, they're called back to Home Hardware. Or was it, Canadian Tire, I don't know. One of the two. Anyway, they called back. Then their cops trying to arrest him and all that shit. Didn't have any evidence. Then proved they were innocent. And were like, they're sorry, but they still are banned from that fucking store. Get my voice. Yeah, so they're banned from that store today because they're accused of stealing when they didn't do anything. The second store, well, let's just say my stepmom was fed up with this bullshit. And she fucking had it. When a fucking security guard asked her if she was hiding anything, like you know, if she stole anything. I don't know what it was, if it was a clerk or not. She was like, enough of this shit. She's experienced enough. So she's like, you want to search? Fucking took out her pants, apparently. Made him like, look, motherfucker. Okay, I meant this one time earlier, but that was funny as fuck. Like, anytime they go there for a racial reason, I'm like, go the fuck, like, fuck off, personally. Anyway, she does it. He got pissy at her and told her to leave. Like, I'm just complying to what you fucking told me. Anyway, she's banned from that store. They're both banned from that store now. I think it was a fucking grocery store. I forget the town. I think it will Timmins or freaking Lake or some shit like that. Anyway, they're now banned from those two stores just because of a misunderstanding. Well, the second one was kind of a misunderstanding turned into something real. Anyway, those are some of the racial things that happened in my family I can think of right now. Was getting pulled over just because we looked suspicious and someone fucking said we were doing bad stuff. Getting our car impounded for basically nothing. Just because maybe our friend smoked in a few things. Third, right, the fucking stores. I got a memory of this. The stores are fucking. We're kicking them out just because they look native and they thought they were stealing. Like, it pisses me off every day. It pisses me so, off. Like, I look so different, and they still accuse me of it too. I know friends who still get accused of this shit. Like, fuck. Well, that's one of our racial stories. How my stepmom and dad got banned from two store, and how we lost a car just because my dad was native. Oh, and if you're a cop or some shit watching this who does this stuff, like, I'm not saying you, fucking ass chicks the pants, but if you just do it because they look different from you, fucking stop. Like, there's no reason for racism. We're all equals. We've got all our blood's red. I'll cut my own and I would show you, but I don't want to lose my blood. Just because we're a bit, just because we're darker, lighter, whatever, just because we have different features, doesn't mean that we're not human. We're all human. We're all the same species, different race. Doesn't mean jack shit. Anyway, those were the stories. That's what our outlook on racism is. I fucking hate it. Thanks for listening. Oh, and remember, top trivia question for today. Can you tell me? Hey, what was? What's your favorite scary movie?